Is Brock Hale. Brock, welcome back to the show.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, we noticed.
Hey, we're great, but not as good as you.
Yeah, you've tweeted a grand total of 22 times, Brock. We need a 23rd tweet, and we need it to be spectacular. Can we count on you for that?
Yeah, you can count on that.
Something from the regional. Hey, at BYU Sports Nation, tweeting you from the regional. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a shout-out for sure.
Okay,
no problem.
There we go. Tweet number 23. Hey, there were so many good things that happened for BYU baseball over the weekend in Stockton at the West Coast Conference Tournament. What was your personal favorite moment from that crazy celebratory finish?
I mean, obviously the dog pile was obvious. I mean, that would have to be the best part. But, I mean, I think leading up, apart from that, I think leading up was probably Riley Gates in the ninth inning against LMU, striking out that guy. That was, my heart was pumping pretty hard. So I think that one, besides the dog pile, was probably the best part.
Did everyone come out unscathed from the dog pile? Because in those situations, it can be a little crazy on the bottom.
Yeah, everyone was pumped. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple guys got, hit pretty hard from people jumping up on the dog pile and stuff like that. But, I mean, everyone was too pumped to really care about it.
Just don't be underneath Colton Shaver, right?
That's right. I mean, Colton Shaver went and tackled Bo right away, so Bo was at the bottom. I'm sure he got banged up a little bit, but, I mean, at the end of the day, who really cares, right?
Yeah. Bo takes a hit from an all-state linebacker in Colton Shaver.
Bo can take it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
How have you balanced the emotion and the excellent momentum that you gathered from Stockton and turned that into focus for the next round? Because you don't want that to be the peak, right? You'd like to keep it going and win the regional.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a great time winning the conference championship, and it's been fun, leading up to that. I mean, it's a new experience for all of us coming to a regional, but I mean, we know that we have a job to do, and that's to beat Cal State Fullerton in this first game, and I think that's kind of the whole thing, the whole mindset that all the guys have right now is just, yeah, that was fun, but we got more games to win, and we want to go as far as we can. So, and I think the conference championship was a big step for us, kind of just breaking through that barrier that we had, and now we have all the confidence in the world to go, as far as we want to go.
I'm looking at your numbers right now. 10 for 17 in the West Coast Conference Tournament. You scored 8 runs, 6 runs batted in, 6 walks, home run. You reached safely on 16 of your 23 plate appearances. What do you attribute that wild success to?
I just attribute to, there's a lot of things. I mean, obviously, the coaches, working with the coaches and helping me, with my swing and stuff, and Dr. Manning working with me mentally and, using different cues. But, so, there's a lot of different things, but I think at the end of the day, for me, the one thing I try to focus on is just staying loose and just having fun. Anytime I can play the game of baseball and, have fun with it, obviously you're taking it seriously, but I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to perform well or, to do this or that we kind of forget that it's about having fun. So I think that's one of the biggest things I focus on, honestly, is just staying loose and making sure I'm having fun with the game. And honestly, that's when I play the best. So.
You received the BYU Sports Nation Karma when you were in Studio B. We're looking for a spokesperson to help us spread the word about the power of the Karma. So are you on board to help us out with that now?
I am 100% on board.
That was 2 weeks ago, I think, right? And then Bronson Larson was on, and he had 4 homers. Hey, that was a pretty good manifestation, man. So when you're up at the plate, you're like, oh, I have the Karma. Let's go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. All those hits, before I came into the box, I said, you know what? BYU Sports Nation gave me good karma. I'm going to get hit,
That a baby. We've never asked a crappy player to have the karma. I'm just saying, you're a great player, so that helps. How did you guys you go to Spokane, you lose 3. You don't get the outright. I imagine there was some real disappointment there. You lose the first game despite a great pitching performance there. How did you rally it together and not only win the league, but you beat that same Gonzaga team twice and crushed them? How did you guys do that?
Yeah, so after Spokane, it was a really bitter moment for us because all we needed to do was win one game there, and so that last game I was just like, we're watching these guys dogpile just because they got the number 1 seed, and it was just like, I remember personally thinking to myself, I was like, we'll see you guys in the tournament, you know. Like, you guys better be ready. And so after that first game, we lost. And I think after that, it was just, you know, we knew that it was win or go home. So it was, you know, play, you know, fight, you know, to play another game. And, you know, we beat St. Mary's, fight to play another game, beat LMU. And then we got to, you know, Saturday, and we knew we had to win 2 games, and it was just keep fighting. And honestly, like, we just felt we had all the confidence in the world we were going to come back and beat that team twice. But it was almost like kind of like reverse roles that, you know, they knew they only had to win 1 game, but, you know, they just couldn't do it. And so we kind of, honestly, we kind of took that dog pile they had kind of personally. So it was a sweet moment to do that in front of them.
Brock Hale joining us from Northern California as the Cougars prepare for Cal State Fullerton in their first NCAA regional in 15 years tomorrow. For whatever reason, you lose that first game to LMU in the WCC Tournament, but that means you don't have to face Corey Abbott, the ace of LMU, or Eli Morgan of Gonzaga in the process. The bats were hot. I mean, how much do you look at avoiding those guys as part of what you pulled off in Stockton?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I mean, if we planned on facing Corey Abbott the whole time, or, you know, if we would have faced Gonzaga, we planned on facing, you know, Eli Morgan. Honestly, I don't really think it would have mattered. I mean, we're a good enough team. We saw those guys before that, you know, we had confidence we were going to be able to score runs either way. And so, honestly, I mean, I would have liked to prove that we could have, you know, beat Corey Abbott, you know, or Eli Morgan. It would have been nice. So I don't think it would have changed a whole lot, because either way, I mean, we lost the first game, came back, won 4 straight. It's not like Corey Abbott or Eli Morgan can throw, you know, 2 or 3 straight games. So
yeah, when the bats are that hot, I'm not sure it matters who is pitching. And let's be honest, you're going to face a pitcher of that caliber in the NCAA regional, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume and I imagine that the number 1 for Cal State Fullerton, you know, is a good pitcher, and, you know, he's going to hit his spots, and we just got to fight and be disciplined enough and get him out of there.
Bigger key to the week, pitching or batting?
You know what? I always, obviously, most people look at us as a big hitting team, and you know, we're one of the best teams in the nation hitting. But I think the biggest thing for us is pitching, and I've always thought that. I think for almost any team, it's just, you know, pitching can take you a long way. So if pitching can keep us in the game, I mean, we know we're going to score, you know, some runs. So it's just, if the pitching does it, I mean, I know we're going to win if the pitching's on. So.
And it was on in the WCC tournament. 4 of the 5 starts were quality starts. You got 2 or 3 ultra quality starts. Is it too much to ask the pitching staff to do what they did in the WCC tournament again?
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, I think a lot of those guys, you know, I mean, they proved in the conference tournament that they're that good to be able to do that, and I think a lot of those guys kind of expect themselves to throw like that anyway. So, I mean, I'm sure if you were to ask any of them, I think they kind of expect that from themselves. I mean, so I think, you know, we have a high bar for our pitchers, and they know they can do it. It's just about, you know, going out there and showing it. So I don't think it was any like surprise to us that, you know, they could pitch that well, or they did pitch that well. So.
Talking with star baseball player for BYU, Brock Hale, BYU achieved both major team goals this year, and by that I mean winning the West Coast Conference and getting to that tricky NCAA regional for the first time in 15 years. What are your expectations now for your team now that you're at Stanford? Yeah,
the expectation is just to win, and it starts with Cal State Fullerton tomorrow. So yeah, we just, you know, it's just like the same thing we had in the conference tournament, just fight to play another one. So, yeah, the expectation is to win the regional and go on to a super regional. So,
hey, we're looking forward to your 23rd tweet, Brock, and we appreciate the time, man.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.